Hello and welcome to another episode of Tea Time with Mel and Laura. We are blessed today to have Laura Griffin here with us. She is a health and wellness coach. She also is an entrepreneur. She has her own nonprofit, but we will talk more into that. Before we want to welcome the Holy Spirit, which is the main person here in this tea time that we have. And what a better place than home. This is the reason why our setting is this way, because we want to feel at home where we are able to be ourselves. We can express ourselves freely, and we feel that love, that nourishment, that kindness that only our home gives us. We want to say thank you one more time to Nevada Partners. We want to say thank you also to all of you, our audience that are listening to us every week on Tea Time with Mel. And we want to say thank you also to those that are here today with us. The Bible verse for today is Psalm 27, where it says, "The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear?" What is he telling us there? That it doesn't matter in the darkness that we are. It doesn't matter the situation that we're facing. It doesn't matter the hardship that we're going through. He is the light. Keep your eyes on him, and he will provide all the help that you need. Today, actually, I was sitting there. I didn't have my speaker, and I was like, Lord, what am I going to do? What am I going to say? Holy Spirit, guide me. And there we come. Laura came in shining into this room, and it was like, wow, it was actually a higher power just united us, because we have the same heart, the same feeling for our community, to help strive all those single moms that are there, our kids that are being unattended, abandoned, and pushed away, our minority, all those that are alias, are being treated as, we will say, not important, when every single person have a purpose. And then there are important. Everyone is just like your hand. Every finger is important. Without one, the hand is unbalanced. It's the same thing like in a family. When one of the parents is missing, is no balance. And then therefore we lose our values and principles, and our kids have a hard time thriving. Can you tell us a little bit about you, Laura?
My name is Laura Griffin, and oh my goodness, Mel, how beautiful. I walked in, and there she was, a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful soul sitting, and just a light to just embrace. And I'm glad that you were here to
Thank you.
embrace me with your amazing vision, your mission, and your movement.
Thank you.
I'm really, really grateful just to be here. And my name is Laura Griffin. I am the proud visionary of Rafa Inc. We are a nonprofit serving our young people, our adults, our children, and our women. We just love people, and nationwide, I've been doing this for the last 32 years. And it
Wow.
started off with just me having an issue as a young lady, me going through the juvenile justice system, and me having mother and fathers with alcohol and issues with substances, but I had to still persevere. So the mission of Rafa is just to support, advocate, and love on our people. And when they
Amen.
meet us, we show up, and we're there to serve.
There to serve. Can you tell us a little bit more of Laura when she was going through all of this, just so we can enlighten and give that guidance, that assurance of hope to those that are today going through a scenario similar to yours, because we all go through the same in different aspect, different places in the world, but we're united. It's the same for everyone. It doesn't matter your gender, it doesn't matter your color, but we do
Mhm.
go through tribulations. Can you tell
Yes.
us a little bit about that, and what helped you to continue and keep your head afloat, even those days when you felt like there was no hope, there was no
Mhm.
way out, there was no light?
Wow, that's amazing. If I could go back to my younger self, I would say at that 17-year-old, that 13-year-old girl just trying to find herself and really looking at some support, some guidance. But, I was always a a very strong, resilient person. Like, if a man looked at me wrong, I would give him the mean face. So it wouldn't be like they would ever try to hurt me. And I never been molested, thank God. I never been took advantage of, thank God. I never had to go prostitute, thank God. I mean, these are some of the thank Gods that I really thank God, because I never had to go in that direction. But I was a very angry young lady because of my parents' choices. And I had to fight for my own rights and what I needed to do for my own life. And as doing that, I met different people. I went through different issues, but as a 17-year-old girl, I was just trying to survive. So I was in the community of my childhood in a very southern neighborhood in an urban city, like, well, not urban, I'm saying it's the hood. Atlantic City, New Jersey is the hood. And when I think of that way that my life was going, I always lived in a family-oriented neighborhood. But what was outside of that was destruction, the prostitution, the drugs, and the lifestyle.
Yes.
So as a young girl, I always loved people, and people loved me. But my survivor and support was because I was always creative. And because I was creative, older people was always attracted to me. They loved that I was always resilient. I spoke up for myself, and I always just was very talkative. So that girl was able to fight through some stuff, but she was also able to not go through some of the fires that my friends went through. So that's why I do what I do now. I'm a wellness coach, I'm a humanitarian, and I'm a mother. I'm a grandmother. I'm a grandmother of 4 beautiful, beautiful grandchildren. And they're 14, 8, 5, and 1.
And one. So cute. Yes. Tell us a little bit about being mom, because today we have so many young women, young girls that are becoming mom, but they didn't have that side of their family, meaning that elder or that community to help them to raise their kids. They don't have that right now. A lot of them are striving to that. What will you tell a young girl that today she have kids and no longer have that support of that one person that told her one day, I loved you, she trusts, she believed, she gave her all, and there was one morning she got up and that provider, that help, that love was no longer there. Now she is striving with her kids, not knowing what to do, how to do it. And because of that hardship, she doesn't know how to evolve. And that hardness of her heart, instead of giving love, what the kids are perceiving is actually anxiousness, rejection, unloved.
I would say to that mom, don't give up. Don't give up. Love yourself and never give up you. You have to go back and put your mask on, because you're not no good to nobody until you love yourself. One thing about what I've always did, and I traveled all over the world, I would always have self-care. I always did self-development. I am the number one person in the character of my life. And if I do not take on me as the most responsible person, then I will allow you to kill me, and then I'll be doomed. But I have a life purpose. And because I have a life purpose and I breathe, I must get up and I must go and do the work that I don't want to do. As a mom, I had to go and make sacrifices for my son when his father was accident. We were married. You wake up 3 days after Christmas. You say, bye, baby. 3 days after Christmas, he never come back. And you stuck with a baby that you have to raise. 4 years old, my baby come down the stairs. I said, Daddy's never coming back. And he's a fatherless child. But thank God that he was able to persevere. But I was able to put me first and give him an example, because I graduated from a college. So it allowed him to want to go and pursue his education. So as a mom, I never gave up. So I told my son, and he called when I got here. He was calling me too. He's a musician from UCLA. And as a mother, I never gave up. And I said, no matter what, if it's just me and you, we are going to have a good life. We're going to have a good home,
Mm-hmm.
and we're going to have love.
Amen. That's amazing. And how was his behavior? And before we get to that part, um, can you also talk to us about, you said self-awareness, self-help, self-love, wellness. We're going to take a little pause on
Yes.
that. So can you tell us how was his behavior in school? Not having dad, and let's say when you have the events, because you know they have event where mommy and me or daddy and me, and then
Mm-hmm.
they do different activities where the parents are there. How did he
Mm-hmm.
cope with all that? How did you manage that barrier?
That was tough, but it takes a village. And one thing I knew as a mother, I could not be his father and mother too. I had to pour him into the village, and the universe and the Most High definitely gave me the village of people. I was so blessed to be meeting a lady and just going in the train station and meeting a lady, and she had a whole community center.
Oh,
So
wow.
when this happened to my son's father, I was able to be in a community to get the support. So I poured my son into a community center, and they called the Unity Community Center, the Universal
Wow.
African Dance and Drum Ensemble. So they saved
Wow.
my son's life. So I say that to the great ancestor, Mr. Robert Dickinson. If it wasn't for him, my son wouldn't be great.
Wow.
So that father stepped up for my son, who was a fatherless child.
Wow. Wow. Thank you for sharing that with us. And that's the reason why we want to continue to
Mm,
embrace and push and tell those that have a dream, that you have a desire to start, you see a problematic. Don't be afraid. Don't
mm,
worry
mm.
about what you don't have. Utilize whatever you have at your hand at this moment and go out and be that source, that influence, that help, that support, that shoulder, that arm, that hand for someone that needs. Find someone that needs help and be one of those on this world to come out as an angel as he
Yes.
did for your child. And that's why we created the nonprofit, The Apple of
Yes.
Your Eyes in English, in Spanish is La Niña de tus Ojos, because we went through also difficulties in
Mm,
our marriage, in our household, as having a functional family to
mm.
become a dysfunctional family because my dad was murdered and we were young. We didn't know what to do, how to do it. And it was hard for us. It was hard for my mom, for my
Mm.
brothers and sisters, from having it all to not having nothing.
Right.
When I'm saying having it all, I'm not talking about wealthy. I'm talking
Hmm.
about having a dad that was always there when
Right.
we needed him, or my mom always available. But now she had to be both. Now she has to go out and do something she never did because
Yes.
my dad didn't allow her to work. He took care as a man, as a provider, as a father, as a leader, as a teacher. He was a leader for the community. So he
Wow.
always took care of us. And then when
Yes.
he was in there, we didn't know what to do, how to do it. So I had to become an adult at an early age. And I was not the little girl to be playing around with the friends and everybody because now my mom is dependent on me to help her in the house. And it wasn't easy, it was hard. But now I understand. And I'm so
Mm.
grateful for all that she did because she didn't let go. She stepped up, she sacrificed her
Yes.
life
Yes.
for us.
Hmm.
And that's why today I realized that all that was for purpose.
Yes.
As the word tells you, everything happens for a reason.
Yes.
And that was a reason to teach me what I need to do and my purpose in life. That I need to be
Mm.
that advocate, that person that speak up for those
Yes.
women that
Yes.
actually are thriving and needing someone to help or someone to give them that next chance.
Yes.
And can
Awesome.
you tell us about your wellness section that you have? Talk to us about that. Why
Well,
wellness is important in someone's life.
well, through the journey of, the and I call it the self discovery journey. I put my hand over that, but I call it the self discovery journey because I get excited and my heart just keeps beating because through all that I've done throughout my life and the traveling, and the sacrifices, and I still had to connect with a part of myself of wellness and health. I was, doctor said I was almost borderline diabetic. He wanted me to try to get some medicine. And I was like, oh no, 395 pounds. I lost now 215 pounds.
Wow.
And thank you. And I have kept this off for the last 5 years since 2019. No weight gain. And it's been an amazing journey because I could look at myself now and look back at myself then and say, wow, you are really a whole different person because the sacrifices that I had to go and travel to different places in Cali and make all these sacrifices and have all them fountain sodas and eat all them good burritos in Mexico and then go to Cali and eat all the good, tacos, the street tacos and then the tacos in the hood, it's
Yes.
just all the different foods and experiences that I had throughout the journey. I had to come back and say, wait, you got to cleanse that gut. You got
Mhm.
to cleanse that mind. You
Mhm.
got to stop overeating for depression. You cannot continue to keep hurting yourself
Mhm.
because you may not, you're a lover, you love people hard, you give sacrifices, but if you do not stop being so mad at yourself
Mhm.
and treat yourself a little better,
Mhm.
then nothing good is going to come.
Mhm.
And so I went to California and I went to a healing, it was just a little retreat. And through that retreat, we went through the sacred woman journey.
Mm.
And through the sacred woman journey, you just got to just connect with yourself through the fire, the water, the air. And man, after I left there, I felt so amazing. I said,
Wow.
man, I ain't going back to a fat girl no more. I'm going to get myself together. I'm going to stop eating them fountain drinks. I'm going to get to working out 30 minutes every day. And ever since then, I have not stopped moving.
Amen.
30-minute workout is a regimen of my life. Supplements of amazing teas is a part of my life. And just always putting me first is a must. It must happen.
Good. So healthy eating,
Yes.
supplementation,
Yes.
resting, and
Yes.
always putting yourself first.
Absolutely.
Completely. Healthy eating, everybody think of it as a cliche, meaning they want health, but they want it just for the physical.
Right.
And they're not understanding that in order to have that amazing body that you're dreaming, what social media make you believe that is the right one, which
Mm-hmm.
you're not that person, because
Mm-hmm.
you have your own qualities, because everyone is made differently, but at the same time we're the same,
Yeah.
but you have your own qualities, so you should learn to embrace and love that.
Yes. Yes.
And the only way to do that is actually by taking care of yourself, as you said,
Yes.
and working towards that. It's amazing that you say that, because as a bodybuilder, that's what I used to do before. And I got injured in one of the last competitions that I did. I did not notice this, but besides that, I fell down. But because I always worked out, I didn't feel anything. I
Wow.
ended up having a crack in my bone, in the lower one, what they call the coccyx. It
Uh-huh.
has a tiny, but the tiniest splint you can think of. And that little tiny splint affected my nervous system. It actually started hurting and changing the way my legs were, because I start retaining water. I start having all these different problems on my feet, numbness. My hands would go numb. It was a lot of series of things, and on top of that,
Wow.
medical malfunction, meaning diagnosed with different things. One
Yes.
wasn't speaking to the other. End up
Wow.
developing a blood clot. My life was on tread. Almost passed away. It's a lot of different things, but how important it is to acknowledge and take what was put on earth to nourish our body like the animals. When the
Yes.
animals are sick, the first thing they go out, well, we don't know it here in Las Vegas because there's no grass.
Grass,
But
right.
if you are in countries like the South,
Hmm.
or like, let's say, Central, or in the Western area where there's grass,
Yes.
our animals would go out and eat and
Hmm.
feed off for these different grasses that
Yes.
actually purges and
Yes.
cleanse their body, and then they heal themselves on their
Yes.
own. So
Yes.
everything that we need to heal our bodies on earth. And
Hmm.
then there's people that had took their time to go out and resource this, put
Hmm.
it into forms of supplements
Hmm.
and actually vitamins and different products to help us, right?
Hmm.
But
Hmm.
then everybody see it now as a trend, and instead of trying to help to save and protect humanity, they're looking at just how can I make money.
Right.
And
Right.
that's kind of
Right.
like on the tough side,
Right.
right?
Right.
So what would you tell this mother that she's overweight? You said to look at yourself and love yourself,
Hmm.
but where does she start if she doesn't know how to love herself? She doesn't know what to do. She don't know what to do. Like, how do I do it? I'm not working. I don't know how to love myself. How do I
Hmm.
put myself first? I have 5 kids. They're all little.
Hmm.
I have to take care of them with school.
Hmm.
uh I can't get like the right foods to help myself. What do I do?
Mm. Well, first, I would get a meal plan and a system set up. Far as if you got 5 little ones, a garden might be really nice to start engaging. Because I have a young lady who had 5 children. It's funny that you say five because she's a mom of five, and we started a garden in South Jersey, and this garden that we started, they started it, we maintained it. And so we maintained it, we would eat from it, and then she would go and teach the kids the different things that they would cook, the different foods. So I think you need to have relationships with your kids where you teach them how to cook certain things. Maybe they can do a salad night, or maybe they can do cooking a squash, or maybe we can teach them, because kids do not eat vegetables. They do not like them. And it's
Hmm.
something that you have to get them a little more creative in doing vegetables, or making maybe like some squash bread, or some, different things, zucchini bread and all that kind of stuff, to get them engaged in eating vegetables. Because if you got 5 kids and you're very limited on funds, it's going to be very difficult to make health choices if you do not know where to start. So, first of it is just getting a system. How are we going to eat differently? Because the processed foods is not going to help. You have to stop all the government cheeses and the processed foods and all the snacking and all that kind of stuff, and start doing more raw and vegetables and cooking certain foods to give your body the nutrition, because it's a really, really mental thing. And I think people need to get connected with the gardens. If
Hmm.
you start connecting with your local gardens, and then also being a part of a cleanup crew. I also had her be a part of a cleanup crew and do that kind of stuff, and it'll engage your children in activities outside. Third thing I would say is every young person or everybody in the family has an entrepreneur skill.
Hmm.
Somebody needs to be doing something in that family to bring some economics into it. If you're not savvy in maybe the garden, maybe you may be a computer expert, then you can create our websites, you can create the store, you can create different things to generate some funds. But somebody in the family needs to be that entrepreneur person that help us maybe make some shea butters, or maybe help us make do a garden day where we put the little snacks together, and we'll go out and have maybe 5 or 6 things and give it to families or something. But somehow, some way, you need an entrepreneur in the family that can think how we're going to expand this
It's
and do.
amazing that you said that part about the entrepreneurship, because one of our programs that we do here is Promise Startup.
Okay.
And at Promise Startup, we educate and we help those that have the desire to start their own businesses. So we
Yes.
give them the tool to actually do that.
Okay.
And everyone would say, well, how do I do it if I don't have no money? Or how do I do it because I don't know anything about computers or
Right.
building a website?
Right.
Well, one of them is actually coming out here to
Wow.
Nevada Partners, which We have a lot of tools out here that will help you to start that. If
Nice.
you wish to go out and start seeking a job, you don't know how to do it, we have those that will help you also to build a resume. And that person
Nice.
is our friend here, Abrion, and we will set up an appointment with him. Another thing that we want to tell everyone that's out there listening to us, the other thing that we do at Promise Startup is every first Saturday of the month, and we have a group of networking. We have community
Nice.
leaders, we have entrepreneurship, we have business owners that are successful that come out to this,
Mm-hmm.
and then they will help them with ideas, forms, or things, and they will tell them the struggles and what has worked for them in order to
Nice.
succeed. The other thing I will say with that is, like you said, everybody has a spirit of entrepreneurship. So if you have a spirit of entrepreneurship, people think like, well, that's not going to work. I'm going to tell you that yes, it will, because that idea that you have, somebody else had it before and
Mm-hmm.
it's out there. All you
Mm-hmm.
need to do, everybody has a phone, an
Mm-hmm.
intelligent phone.
Yes.
So on that
Yeah.
phone, you can Google anything and
Yes.
anything that you want. Just
Yes.
ask the simplest question and it's going
Mm-hmm.
to give you an answer,
Right.
several of them. Out of them you read and you pick out of that the
Mm-hmm.
most important one, or the one that captures your eyes, that
Yes.
makes you intrigued and want to know more, and then you put that on the top course on the top and ask them exactly what Google gave you, take it
Mm-hmm.
out, highlight it, copy and paste on the top, and then ask the question again the same way Google gave it to you.
Mm-hmm.
And now once you do that, it's going to give you several other questions and answers that will guide you
Mm.
and start stroking you in the direction that you need. And then
Nice.
every time you keep getting an answer, you get an area where you read something that sounds like super important or interested,
Yes.
you copy and paste, put it on the top, and click again and ask that exact question that is there. And he's going
Nice.
to continue, the system, the algorithm, going to continue giving you more and more answers to it, and it will help you. And
Nice.
answering that part too that you said about having a system, that system you can get it out of your intelligent phone also. There's free
Nice.
programs. You go into YouTube, you go into Instagram, you go into TikTok, Pinterest, Facebook, and there's all these different communities that are there willing to give you all this for free.
Yes.
And all you have to do is just tap on it, just a
Yes.
little bit of interest, and you will go. And the least amount of thing, the thing that you think that is not important, that thing is important
That's
per se. I'll give an example of that. Let's say you say start, let's say tech start, something that had to do with computers,
mm-hmm.
or somebody that knew how to do shea butters or so. You say, but I never did shea butters, I don't know what to do. You have everything in your kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
You can make that shea butter. Actually, all you need is glycerin. You'll go
Yes.
to the store. It's really cheap. I'm not going to mention the store because I'm not doing publicity for the
Right.
store. So you'll go there, and then these stores have it really cheap. You get the clear one, the one that has no smell or anything, and go out into your garden, the forest, your park, wherever. In the park, you'll find rosemary
Right.
plants.
Right.
You will find also the buds from the what you call it again, the Christmas tree. What do you call those again? I can't remember the name of them right now. uh the pine. You find
Pines.
pine in
Yes.
there. You have bark. You will
Yes.
have also your cucumbers in the house. You have carrots if you do, and if not, you go into the store and buy maybe just one, and then all you do is just blend it, break it up in pieces, extract that water, that juice, and then the trash that you're throwing away, that's the one that we use, and then
Wow.
do your soap, your shea butter, or any of these other things. Easy as
Mm,
that. And then
nice.
what you do is you put it in your freezer. Everybody
Mm,
has a refrigerator.
yes.
That's where you put it and make it. Then you can mix it in with olive oil. You can mix
Mm-hmm.
it in with coconut oil.
Mm-hmm.
You can go ahead and get the raw shea butter. You
Mm-hmm.
melt it, and then and another one that is easy that nobody think about it is a candle.
Oh, candles are
Yes,
really nice.
you
Very
take the
nice.
candle, you
Yeah.
melt it, and then that same candle,
Yes.
you add these ingredients, whichever you decide that you want, that you already have: cinnamon, cloves,
Mm-hmm.
you have lavender, you have sage. all
Yes.
these things, and just add it into that candle, and you can make scented candle, and then you can brand it. Go on your computer, make the little sticker on your own. You get the plastics right there at the store. Again, I'm not mentioning the store's name. And you go and you get the paper,
And that's
you
it.
actually make the copy in it, cut it out, stick it on there. There you go. You made your own
Wow.
candles.
Wow.
It's so many ways of doing it. Another way too is if you like everything that has to do with facial,
Yes.
everything can be natural.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
You
Mm.
use you will have what do you call it? Honey, sugar, your rice, the rice as a
Wow.
scrub, your cucumber of your
Wow.
tonics. You will have also the lard. It will be the mask. You use your eggs
Mm.
also to your
Mm.
mascara. It's like
Nice.
for your mask, sorry, that you can put on your face, and all these are natural nutrients. Yeah, it's amazing.
Where do you get all that information?
Well, the Lord has blessed me with so much. I have been blessed with many, many things that I learned to do, and I am hands on like you do.
Okay.
I tend not to say too much of it. The reason why
Okay.
is because it's not interpreted the right way. And then I
Yes.
just hold it back and give it to those that come to the nonprofit when they need help, how they can help themselves to have a better life and start being an entrepreneur and start their own businesses.
Wow.
That's
Sounds
what we
like
do.
you're a holistic healer over here.
Yes,
All
yes.
right. It's beautiful.
Yes. And now tell me on this behalf, talk to us about these teas. I see you have some teas here.
I do. And these amazing teas, we're going to turn these around. We have watermelon and lemon. These help with the water retention. And any type of water retention that you're trying to get rid of, you're going to get this. You open it up just like a crystal light, you just put it in the water and that's it. But the fruit punch tastes just like Kool-Aid. This is a cleanse. So this is your sample. I'm going to give you
Oh,
these
thank
three. I
you,
gave your partner,
Rashonda.
Rashawn, yes, I don't want to say her name wrong, but I gave her the amazing sample. And then I have to give our guy his sample. I'm going to have to go back out and I cannot let you not do this because when we in threes, there's going to be magic. So everybody's going to have their own experience. And what I want you guys to do, we have to come back and talk about that. And then that's when you're going to ask me questions, how you felt, because I think everybody's body's different and each one of y'all going to get a different experience. Do it hot, get creative. If you like little martinis, do a little lemon drop. I don't care. It's up to you. I didn't say that, but it's up to you. Whatever you like, whatever works for you, you do what works for you because it's an experience. These
Yes.
are just three samples to just give you experience, but I love it. I can eat whatever I want because I cleanse at night.
Very good. And can you tell the audience that we have here today where they can find you, how they can know about your nonprofit, how can they know, find out about your healthy and wellness series that you have in order for them to get a hold of it?
Well, you have to give me a call. The number is 702-918-8473. That's 702-918-8473. DM me, just say energy and I'll take care of you. And or love or whatever you want to say from or Nevada partners, somewhere that I can connect with you. But then I like to talk to people and see what is the problem so we can connect the problem, a solution to the problem. We don't mitigate any health claims. We don't do anything of the such. But what I say is that this is the best cleanse. We have vitamins, we have energy, and we also have coffee. So we done tapped into the coffee, we done tapped into the energy, and we done tapped into the multivitamins. So I'm taking this all over the world, even in our countries, and vitamins is the number one thing because young people don't like taking vitamins. So if I can get this vitamin that we have in all of the kids' hands, even if you don't have breakfast in the morning, you'll still get your vitamin. That's my goal. And as the nonprofit, pushing that into nonprofits where they can generate some funds for themselves. So for you, helping you generate funds because nonprofits should not have to suffer when we have a mission and a purpose to support people. Why should we have to go broke supporting you? And this is the avenue that I've seen that would definitely help create a generating income for my nonprofit.
Thank you so much, Laura, for being here
Yes.
with us. We are very blessed and amazed of everything that you do. We are very thankful for allowing us to have you here today with us and talking to us a little bit of you and
Yes.
what you do. And you go around the world that's out there today. We want to Promise Startup is the first Saturday of every month. We're here to serve the community, to help in our nonprofit, La Niña de Tus Ojos, which is the apple of your eyes in English. We're here to serve you. Whatever your need is, whatever your necessity, we are here. We have the resources to help. Just DM us and we will serve you. Our number is 702-410-3475. Again, 702-410-3475. But help and we will connect with you. Thank you so much. And if you have any concern, anything that you want to hear us speak about, please DM us and tell us what are your needs, and we will serve you as better as we can. Thank you, and we'll see you next time. Ciao.